You got to have skills.
Because of the fact that this is a remix, we will now take the time to remix it.
Green Lantern. Green Lantern.
This is G-Bro, no, this is G-Bro, no,
There's a place for everybody in this game. If you got so much skill, show it.
What do you think a mixtape DJ should be? I mean, we got so many DJs now, so you know, what's up?
I think a little well-rounded, man. You know.
Yeah.
You know, be able to be when maybe a mixtape DJ could be, you know, somebody that when they get booked for a party out of town in say Poughkeepsie, Providence, VA, can tear it down. You know what I mean? Instead of, you know, disappointing the crowd.
Yeah, I hear you.
That's one aspect, you know.
Yeah. What about you? What you think?
I mean, I think that's for real too. As far as, I mean, I've moved around all up and down the East Coast, you know what I'm saying? And before I really started taking the mixtape game seriously, and I was just a fan, just listening to other DJs, they would come to towns or cities where I was living, and I would be disappointed. I was just like, there's locals that could rock parties better than them, and these cats is coming from New York or Philly or wherever, and they wasn't doing it, you know what I'm saying? So that was one of the things that kind of made me realize that, well, if I'm doing this regionally, on the club level, on the mixtape, on the radio level, ain't nothing. You know, anybody could do it, really. You know what I'm saying? It's all about your ear. If you got the right ear for the music, you could tell what people want to hear. That transfers over everything, whether it's a club, whether it's radio, or whether it's a mixtape.
What you think a mixtape DJ skills should be?
I mean, you know, whenever it's like this, people always say, you know, there's no skills in the game, there's no skills in the game no more, da-da-da-da-da. You know, cats are just playing songs and getting record deals and they ain't putting no skills into the tape. I think they are putting a certain skill in it. If your skill is getting those songs, putting that tape out in less than 24 hours, that's skill, fam.
No doubt.
Don't get it twisted. Getting exclusive is not as easy as you think.
That is a skill. If you can hit the block before the next man and you and him is in a heated competition and who's the man, who's gonna be the king, and you know, you get your joint out on 2/5 and you got that new Nori exclusive, man, that's skill. It's a certain type of skill.
I definitely feel like for all mixtape DJs that it's definitely, you know, it's good to do the multi-tracking and the blends and all that. But I think at the end of the day, I think every DJ should at least have one live mix CD just to show people like what you're saying, how you can rock it live.
What I'm gonna do is demonstrate a little. I brought a little track machine. We're gonna have a little fun.
Is this like flash to the beat?
No, this is gonna be constructing a blend on the track machine. Ooh, this is gonna be a little fun. You know, it's gonna be like a cooking class. All right.
Green Lantern remix.
I wanna be happy.
Oh, it ain't working. Yo, sound man, what's up?
No, famo. That was the first part.
Sorry, I was getting hyped there, yo.
Slow down.
We're going into the song to put the chorus in because it doesn't start out like that, but we want it to start like that. You feel me?
I'm sorry.
This is part of being creative with your track machine and doing you.
I'm sorry.
And that's what's gonna make you different from the next man. Now, you're gonna match your beat up with the acapella that you just had on this one track. You're one track over. That was track 1. Now you're on track 2. You have an acapella, now you're gonna match your beat with it and see if it rides out. Anybody can switch the beats 50 times underneath one song, but it's how does it sound? You could have one beat rocking through the whole song, and if it sounds good, that's a hot ass blend.
The evil genius, Green Lantern. Yo, I got that shit down hot now.
Okay, at that point, you know, you're gonna tool around with it till you get the right pitch and the speed and whatnot, and you're gonna go back and do it for real.
The official remix.
Everybody get the picture? Yeah. All right, that's how, in a little rough way, that's how you use a 4-track for all the new cats out there, for maybe some of the older cats that are really stuck on this live thing that I keep hearing.
What you think is different from the first one you made to the last one?
Probably technique first off, just from doing it, you know, X amount of times, but just more consciousness on the flow of the whole joint. Like, you know, all right, I'll start off with an intro and I'm gonna go into this, and all right, maybe I'll go into this Thug set, or I'll do this, or I'll do that. Whereas in the beginning, it was just straight, you know, try it out, see what works. You know?
I hear you. All right, what's up with you, man?
Well, I mean, I don't even like to listen to my early mixtapes no more. It's a little ugly, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, you know, everybody has a starting point, and it's good to go back because you realize how much you've progressed. You know, I mean, just through introspection of seeing what you've done. I definitely would say overall, I mean, when I was first started making mixtapes, I was just doing it to do it. I was just getting songs that I liked, that I knew my people liked. You know, it wasn't even about mass marketing or none of that. It was just about my crew, what they like, what we like to listen to. I made it for them. You start to come up with a format, and each time you drop a mix CD or mixtape, the format gets a little bit more intricate. It's becoming a science almost, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But be honest with you, when I first, because you know, like I told you before, when I first got your tape, I think it was like a G Brown number 3. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, damn, that brother done went from here to there. Because when I heard that Pure Fire, like I told you before, Junior Tech had to go home, redo the whole CD. Whoa. You know what I'm saying? That Pure Fire, it's still selling today. Oh, I'm sorry. It's still out in the street, excuse me. And
oh, what you saying ain't selling them?
For promotional use only.
How do you think a mixtape becomes popular? I mean, any tape that you put together, how could people like, damn, made you remember that tape or something like that?
It's gotta be, you know, just practically it's gotta be distributed widely first off. But I mean, once you get it in the right spots, it's gotta, you know, it's gotta stand out. It's gotta shine. You gotta do something different. You gotta be one of those tapes like, let's say, Doo-Wop 95 Live, that nobody will forget. You know, it's gotta be like, say, Doo-Wop again, 10 Tape Commandments. You know what I mean? It's the classic stuff on tapes. You know what I mean? It's gotta stand out. You know?
What about you?
I think definitely, obviously, distribution is a major key in, you know, building a name for yourself. You know, obviously, even if you only have 5 CDs or tapes in a store, just the fact that it's there is getting your name out. You know what I'm saying? But I think a major thing as far as locally and even regionally and internationally, whatever, I think if someone is gonna play your stuff in the store or wherever it happens to be, or in their ride or whatever, I think that's the biggest form of promotion. Because if your joint is banging and people hear it, they're gonna be like, yo, who's that? You know what I'm saying? But if it could be the hottest CD in the world, but people ain't playing it, and the places where they sell mixtapes are not playing it, it's just gonna collect dust. If you're trying to come up in the game and nobody knows who you are, you could have the hottest mixtape out there. But if the cats ain't playing it, cats is gonna go for the people they know, like the K-Slays and the Doo-Wops and the Clues and all that, you know?
So where do you think the art form is going now? As the game itself.
Down the tubes.
Been going down the tubes for years, dog.
Nah, the art form?
Yeah, the mixtape art form itself.
Art form?
Yeah.
Down the tubes.
Why?
Down the drain.
I mean, let them know.
The crapper.
Why do you say that? Let them know.
Nah,
I mean, because they here to either make a mixtape.
The game is going through the roof. The art form. Oh, going down the
That's real.
Fam.
That's real.
That is real.
I'm not hating.
Okay.
At all.
Okay, so why do you say that?
Because it's obvious to see that, you know, it really comes down to the almighty dollar. You know what I'm saying? However you can ship it out and put it out, and you know what rules the game is something that's not really what you would think of as the DJ art form. It's more like a hustler's handbook.
Hustle.
You know what I mean?
I think nowadays, I think it's a little bit different than say it was 5-10 years ago in the mixtape scene. I think there's a lot of cats in the game, like a good majority of the cats in the game that are doing it not for the love or for the art, but for the money, to try and get their hustle on, which, you know, you can't knock anyone's hustle. Everybody's got to eat, but at the same time, I think you can find a medium. I think you can find a midway point where you can bring up the art, you can raise the levels of the art form, and you can, if you want to make money off of it, you can make money off of it. What do you see as like the biggest change in the mixtape scene since you've been peeping game for the last 20 years or whatever?
Well, be honest with you, I'm like him in a little bit. It is going down the game. I mean, down the drain, cause I mean, like I said, Kid Capri, Brucey B, those brothers, you know, they just sat there and like they took their time. They did it. Back then, Kid Capri just, when he did a mixtape, he did it as a party thing. He did it just to let people recognize, let them know.
It's 2 tables and a microphone.
Exactly. And now you got brothers, 8-track machines, you know, stuff like that, CDs. I mean, I ain't hating. I mean, you got to go up with the times, but
exactly.
You know,
it seems like now the cats ain't even really dealing with just strictly 2 turntables on mixtapes anymore. It's kind of like it's evolved beyond that now, where it's like, and if you want to not necessarily compete, but if you want to be able to survive in the game, you got to kind of adapt. And that's one thing I think that really distinguishes what I was doing when I first started to now, is that when I first started, I was strictly 2 turntables and a mixer and just a cassette deck recording my mixes. And I think that, I mean, that's a good way for anyone to start, because basically they can record themselves and hear how they sound. But, you know, I definitely think if you want to step it up and get your name known in the game, you definitely got to keep up with the, not necessarily the technology, because so much technology out there, but at least keep up with the times as far as, you know, don't be afraid to mess around. Even if it's only a 4-track, you know, experiment, you know? All you upcoming DJs, for real, don't feel like you have to go by what someone else does to be successful and to get your name known. Do you, like what he's saying, do you, just go from your heart. Like if you feel like this is the way you, like, do what you like hearing. Don't do something just to do it because that's what everyone else is doing. Do it because that's, like, you can listen to it at the end of the day. You can feel good about yourself that, yeah, I did this and my people respect me for that. Just do that, you know what I'm saying? Don't feel like you have to follow trends and do whatever, you know?